Greetings, this is Pink Fab Yellow Boots from Behaviour, working towards achieving holistic health for everybody. We all live a life with purpose. We have our dreams and goals. And if not, we are constantly trying to find them and achieve them. One of the most important things that we need in our life to make it go as we plan is discipline. And this discipline will be brought into our lives through boundaries. So in this videos, we'll see how we set boundary with ourselves, which is one of the most important part of the whole boundary setting in our life. As when you learn to set boundaries with yourself, it becomes easier to set boundaries with others and in areas of our life. The primary requirement for setting boundaries with ourselves is having the awareness of how we want to be, who we want to be, and what we want to do, achieve in our life, which will call on for self awareness. The more you question yourself, the more you streamline, the more you make choices, the more you will be aware and precise about things in your life. What happens when we have achievements to make, purpose to fulfill, desire to live, a life of our choice, of how we envision it? We also have we will also have desires that don't lead us to the path of our achievements or our purpose, or those that make us stray from that path. And hence, we need that discipline, that boundary that we consciously inculcate in our life, which will make us choose between what matters in the long run, what matters in the short term, and what choice we make and the consequences we are ready to face. Majorly, when dealing with clients, one thing that stops them from setting boundary is also one thing that strays their life, and that is the difficulty in making choice, setting priorities, as it holds ambiguity of future but also the fear of losing out on what they don't choose. The same goes with setting boundaries with self. When you make a choice, you would let go of other options that you have or other desires that you want to pursue. Here, setting your priorities right on what you really want in your life, what your achievements would be, plays an important role. This could be in area of your health, of your profession, of your relationship, education, behavior, habits. And if you never had anybody who set healthy boundaries around you or with you to see and learn from, it would be difficult to start having your own boundaries and would take a lot of work before things start falling in place. During such time, it is important that we start with small things before going on to big boundaries we'll be setting around ourselves. For example, if you are addicted to something, be it cigarette, alcohol, social media, gaming, gambling, or even an individual, you can gradually start limiting your time and effort invested in them. Like I mentioned, boundaries are gradual unless you are at a place where you need to strictly forbid yourself from something before you completely lose out to it. Boundaries are supposed to be realistic and compassionate towards yourself and others. This is not about letting go of your boundary or not being assertive. It is simply about being polite and considerate, yet assertive and firm about what you are stating or wanting. Remember how, when we were young and we used to ask for pocket money or something from our parents, and they would explain why it was not possible? And no matter what, they would not be able to fulfill that even if we cried. The very same way we set boundaries with ourselves. We are being polite and considerate towards ourselves, but making a choice of sticking to what really matters. Like one, when we set boundaries with our budget. If we have extravagant and extensive desires or needs, to flaunt, but the budget doesn't allow it. We will have to put ourselves in a place of making a choice of what holds priority and what we will have to give up on, be it random shopping, going out with friends, indulging into things that don't bring any value or meaning to us. Boundaries, however, are not only about limiting ourselves on what we will be not doing, but also about what we will be actively and consciously doing. A boundary with health and physical fitness may be not only about limiting the food intake or having a planned diet, but also about regularly visiting the gym or working out in a way that is preferable. A boundary is about hygiene on how we will be regularly cleaning our house every day or every alternate day, or how we'll be reading books, learning a skill, putting active effort into networking for your business or relationship. So, self awareness, having a clear idea of your need, wants, and desires, making choices and prioritizing what is important, being assertive yet compassionate, and gradually building your boundaries. Gradually evaluate your boundaries on how they are going, and you can move on to the next step of discipline or make changes according to what your goal is, of how you want to be, what you want to be, what you want to achieve. You don't have to compare your boundaries with others, you don't have to compare yourself with others or make it a competition. Being honest with yourself, true to yourself, is the primary foundation of having boundaries with yourself. If things get difficult, seek professional help. Hope this helps. Have a great week ahead. Take care.